Hey everybody, I'm Matt, and I'm here with Jake, Dean, and Ian from The Artist Life. How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
Awesome.
Great. Thanks for having us,
Yeah,
Matt.
man.
Awesome. Good to see you.
You too, guys. And so right now you're on the Unity tour with Means and Kathleen turned Overdrive. And I imagine like with those guys on the tour, there's a lot of stories. And so is there any you can share?
Well, the other day I opened up my my merch bag and I found these weird like type of hats, like a French kind of beret and like a weird like clown kind of hat. And we figure there's a guy who plays in Means that we only call the Wizard because he has a really big beard and when
like
he's
Merlin.
on stage, we
sort
call
of
him Merlin, and he always is just kind of casting spells on people while he plays. So we figured the Wizard put something in our bag to kind of create some bad juju in the band. So since we've had to replace our exhaust system with a can of soup.
Yeah, in Quebec.
In Quebec. And what else have we had to done?
I broke a tuning peg off his guitar.
Yeah, so
So it's all
basically,
this,
We
like-
blew a tire on the
There's
trailer.
there's some wizardry happening.
we don't
I think it's
know.
coming from the Wizard and Means,
Yeah.
and we're that's kind of crazy. So we're just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Absolutely. And I imagine now that the winter's coming up, it's going to be so cold. And touring across Canada is brutal. And so I guess, what are you guys preparing? How are you going to deal with that?
Well, I'm glad you reminded us.
Sorry.
Jake's like the tour preparation dude, so
Honestly,
he's
I-
wearing 2 long johns right now.
Yeah, I bring like 4 pairs of long johns. I do 2 at a time, switch halfway through, and I bring like as many. Honestly, I fill my whole bag up with socks. I got like 23 pairs of socks for this tour, maybe more. I'm not even sure. And yeah, I don't know. Just I brought a fan too, a space heater.
We're gonna try to stay as warm as we can.
Yeah.
Basically, it's important. Like you get really sweaty after you play, so it's important to
Stay
try
dry.
and change out of your show clothes and put on dry clothes. Other than that, we just hope that the heater in our van stays alive. And,
Yeah, I know. If we're in your town, like give us a place to stay.
yeah,
Let's Start a Riot is your brand new album.
Yeah.
And it's in stores now for all you people out there.
yeah.
But I find it really combines, I guess, everything that I loved about punk rock and pop punk. And it's never becomes cliche and it's always catchy. And so how did you approach writing for the record?
Really, what I've always done with songwriting is taking an approach where you look at the society around you, and punk rock's always kind of done this, and if you have a problem, if there's something that confuses you or you don't agree with, it's really easy to just try and write about it. So I think that's the approach that we took with writing the record, was just, in terms of the lyrics, was just, hey, like, something bothers me, so I'm going to write about it and sing about it, and if other people can relate to that, then that's really cool. And in terms, I guess, of melodies and how catchy it is, I mean, we're huge fans of, you know, Rancid and Out Come the Wolves. We look at that record and say, fuck, that's such a catchy record. And, you know, I love pop music through and through, so I guess maybe that comes across.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, we take the approach of like, let's make these songs as memorable as possible. And that with the EP, it was just like, and for the best part about the EP is it's 5 songs, you know, it's pretty short, like it's about 16, 17 minutes clocked in, and it's just, we wanted to make it nice and as quick as possible and as catchy and hooky as possible so everybody can get the, you know, they can get the idea.
Absolutely. And I think you really accomplished that with the record.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. We're really happy with it.
No
Yeah.
worries. Now, Dean
Yes.
is also a teacher.
That's true.
Right.
And for, I guess, an unconventional school.
Yeah.
And you could talk about that. Could you tell me a little bit about the school and I guess what you do there?
Yeah, I teach ESL at a private school in Toronto, so it's much different from like a public school system where there's a curriculum of any sort. Like I teach with like a college and university prep class, so it is unconventional. Like you probably read in an interview I did. I mean, students had the choice to choose the classes that they want. So you know, one day you could have 10 students in your class, the next day there are 8. So really, the students make the choice, and it's unconventional. It's really the way that you teach the students. There's a much looser of a curriculum where I have a lot of choice in terms of what I choose to teach, and after that it's up to that, and the students respond that way. So I guess it's a lot different from your traditional public school, in that students have a lot more choice.
Absolutely, and I think that, I guess, what you guys do beyond the band, it has a lot to do with art itself, I guess, in different mediums. And so, is that where kind of the name of the band comes from a little bit, if I want to dig in?
That's
Yeah.
well, that's for Ian's career. Yeah.
I don't know. I actually, when Dean and I kind of started this band, it was, I don't know, one of those situations. I mean, him both and I were living in these, you know, a little rougher place or whatever. We were just kind of struggling to get by, as most artists do anyway, and even some successful artists still struggle to get by. And it actually just came out of my mouth one day. I said, man, lately I feel like I've been living the artist life, you know, just struggling away. And it was just one of those things where like, man, that'd be a really cool band name, and then sure enough, it became the band name. So,
I think
yeah.
a lot of the early lyrics, I think, if you listen to old demos from like, probably 2 years ago now, they dealt with a lot of that stuff too. You know, whether it be poverty in Toronto or other social issues.
Yeah, it's mediums within like talking about bands that just sign record contracts but don't care, don't look further into it, and realize that be smart about it. Like do your homework. If you don't have a lawyer, try to do your best. And like some people just sign their lives away and they don't realize what they're doing, and some people don't even care about the music. They just play in a band because they want to be cool. So that's some of the old lyrics as well. So yeah.
And yourself,
Early stuff.
You're also an actor as well as being a guitarist and singer for Artist Life.
Yes, I am.
And for the people at home who've never, I guess, been on set and had first-hand experience, what is it like?
It varies depending on what kind of production you're working on. Television, film. I mean, a lot of it is a lot of really nice environments. A lot of people treat you very, very well and treat you very respectfully, and they appreciate the sort of hard work you've gotten, to get the role. And because it takes a lot to just get out there and audition and put yourself in sort of the pool of actors that are in Toronto. It's sort of an intimidating thing altogether. So, but being on set, like I said, it varies to different degrees depending on what you're working on, a commercial or working on television. But most of the times it's as fun as hell, and like you meet a lot of interesting people, and it's sort of a chance for me to exercise other things in my life, other than just music. So,
Absolutely.
and sometimes they combine, because I was on a show for about 3.5 years that was musically orientated. So
Absolutely. And can you tell me a little bit about that show? You were playing drums for the girls' band,
Yeah.
if I'm correct?
Yeah, the show was called Instant Star on CTV, and it was like my first like major role as an actor, minus like commercial work and small little film school things I did. But no, man, I had a blast on the show. It was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was one of those roles that like I got called in for. They were focusing more on your instrument skills rather than they didn't focus mainly on all the acting. They wanted to just know if you could play your instrument, if you could say some lines, that's great. And which is what I ended up doing anyway with the character. After season 2 wrapped, season 1 wrapped, sorry, 2, 3, and 4, I ended up getting character development, getting dialogue, and just staying on the show for 3 years. So fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, it's great.
And so after an experience like that, I guess where do you want to take, I guess, as an actor and a musician?
I just want to make the same money that I make as an actor as a musician. So.
That would be great.
Or more as a musician. No, I enjoy acting. It's a lot of fun, to be completely honest with you. Playing in a band, it's like I can express myself 100%, and I have nobody telling me what to do, and nobody. And this is amazing right now. Can we get a shot of that, please?
What up? I want to see what's up to you the whole time.
Let's see some crumping. But yeah, sorry. I needed that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, it's great. I love acting. It's a lot of fun, but music is where my heart is, and that's where I'm continually will be focusing now all my attention on. So.
And for Let's Start a Riot, you signed with Underground Operations. And so how did that come about? Because I know that Underground Operations is pretty much known as, I guess, the best indie label to be on in Canada.
That's certainly how we feel.
Yeah.
We were so excited. We did a couple demos after the last tour we did with the Swellers, and we brought them to a few friends of ours. Underground got really excited about it, and it happened really fast. They said, we're really interested. We've been friends for a while. Socially, we've been really good friends, and they've always been interested. And then it just took them hearing the new songs, and we kind of put the pedal to the metal from there, and got back in the studio and banged out the record as quick as we could, and couldn't be happier. We feel really special being a part of that label and being a priority, and like you said, they're definitely one of the top indie record labels in the country, and we couldn't be happier.
Absolutely.
It's good to be working with people that work as hard as we do. You know what I mean? It's good to share that. If anything, they work harder than we do. And it's great to share that sort of relationship in the way that, we're all working towards a goal, and it's fantastic. We couldn't be happier. So, yeah, it's amazing.
And so what's next for the Artist Life?
After this, so we're going to go out west. We're doing a show, hopefully a few shows in the States.
Yep.
And then after Christmas time, we're going to hunker down and start writing and pre-producing our new full length, which will be out on Underground in the spring. So it's, it was, the EP was there to kind of build the hype and keep the momentum going. And now it's about the full length, and that's where we're going to focus the rest of our efforts for the 2009. Be a big year.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, you guys. Jake, Ian, and Dean. Oh, that's great.
Appreciate you having the interview. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
No worries. Oh, thanks so much. That was awesome.
Oh.